Hi, my name is Colin Gleason, head of the lower school here at the Heights, and today I'm going to be speaking about how to respond to young boys throwing tantrums. So when a young boy throws a tantrum, it seems to throw everything off, and we seem to be embarrassed by them. Like these tantrums that our children throw are a sign of our weakness as a parent or as a teacher. I think it's natural for our young sons to throw tantrums, and they need to throw those tantrums. And further, I would suggest that these tantrums give us an opportunity to teach our sons, to reach them on a deep level about these emotions that they are exhibiting. Tantrums are explosions of emotion that our children exhibit. They tend to happen when our sons or our students don't have the language to express those emotions. So here we're focusing on our younger sons, and we should as parents and teachers as well when it comes to tantrums. Tantrums can become a habit just like anything. And as their language increases and improves, so should our expectations of our sons. If we allow them to throw tantrums or even reward them for those tantrums, then that impulse will become deeply ingrained and follow them into young adolescence, and even beyond. We know that all men have a difficult time communicating their emotions. It's all the more important that we train our young sons to verbalize bit by bit what they're feeling, so it doesn't lead to a big explosion. In the end, this is training in temperance, so it's a big task. So how do we respond? The first step is assessing the situation. Boys tend to throw tantrums for one of two reasons. Either one, it's a need, or two, it's a hurt. So we ask ourselves, is he needing something or is he hurting for some reason? And then we can go deeper down and ask whether this is a perceived need or pain, or is it real? If the need is real, then our response is simple. We should help them satisfy that need. None of us are going to refuse a tantruming child who's asking for water. That's a real need. What we should do, though, is help our sons solve their problems on their own if they can. And if they can't, they need our help. Teach them to ask patiently and politely for that solution. Now, if the need is only perceived, our task then is to explain to them that it is not real, that their bodies and their minds will often tell them they need something which they don't. Teach them the difference between their wants and their needs, and that's a great lesson. The same applies for a perceived hurt. If our children are complaining about a pain that's not that big of a deal, it's good for us to just tell them to get back into the game. You're fine. It tells them that they're stronger than they think they are, and it'll help them to grow in resilience. Now, this sounds common sense and easy, but often we find ourselves as teachers and as parents indulging in these long explanations and conversations with our tantruming children about something that's not that big of a deal, when the simple brush it off is all they need, and that goes a long way. If it's a real hurt, if it's a genuine pain that our children are in, then obviously our job is to tend to them. They need us in this moment, legitimately. And the pain might be physical, it might be emotional. If it's a physical pain, then we help bandage them up. If it's an emotional pain, then we have an enormous opportunity here to connect with them on a deep level. Because in their emotional pain, they are extremely vulnerable. We can connect with them very deeply. They'll also remember this because their emotions are searing it into their subconscious. Furthermore, we want to help them deal with that similar situation that might happen in the future. Many tantrums can be solved without much worry. With us just telling our children, you're going to be fine. This is not a big deal. Get back at it. But some deserve our attention. And in those moments when it's a real hurt or a real need, our conversations with our children can go a long way. So once they are calm, have a conversation with your children about that real hurt or that real need. And in the end, we'll help them to direct their emotions, help them grow in temperance and independence. And at the end of the day, just show them that we understand them, we're here for them, and that we love them. And we'll understand that tantrums then are not just problems to be solved with our children, but opportunities to be taken.